So I bought 49 Ashton Drive over 6 years ago now for £190,000, and I bought it in 2018, so 7 years ago. It's had 2 tenants in it, so the second tenant's just left. So we're coming today to have a look and see what state it's been left in. But so far it looks pretty good, apart from it needs some gardening doing, but I can't remember when the tenant left. I think it was only last week, to be fair, so they should have really done the garden. But apart from a few weeds, it's looking good so far. But come and have a look. So this has got bittersweet memories for me because I actually bought this house, lived in it, and then moved out and turned it into a buy-to-let. So this is the living room. There we go. This little nice living room. And again, tenants left this in a perfect condition. This is the kitchen diner. And apart from a door coming off where the washing machine is, so I don't know why that door's come off, but we've got a door coming off, everything else is fine. But yeah, looking good. It needs a good clean, but that's fine. I can give it a good clean. But this is such a nice place to entertain. And that's what the tenants love about this. They put some chairs here for wine. They can entertain here. It just looks such a nice space when you've got a big living room, big kitchen diner, conservatory. TV left on the wall. And we've got a chair left in here. But yeah, other than the gardening, I'm pretty pleased. The tenants have left it in a good condition really for me. So we've got bathroom. And again, this looks fine. I've not actually been inside this for 7 years, but I can't believe what a nice condition it's left in. These are big, nice wardrobes. And then this room's got an ensuite, which is quite nice for a nice 3-bed house. And here it is. That looks all right. I can remember my brother's a glazier, and my brother put this mirror up for me so it could be a nice big space. We've got bedroom number 2, which is slightly smaller. And again, this is all right. This used to house the boiler, but it has had a new boiler. Oh, I can see new boilers in. Uh-oh. I've been left a sock. But that looks good, and the new boiler's good anyway, because this used to have one of them massive old horrible big boilers that it used to take up half of the cupboard. So it's nice it's only got a small one. The box room, which for some reason has a large Samsung TV. But overall, they've left it in a lovely condition, haven't they? Which is nice. It's always nice when you get the keys back to a property and you come in and it's not been trashed. To be fair, I've been a property investor for 8 years now. And this was one of the first properties that I bought because I actually lived in it and then moved out and made it a buy-to-let. Every single property that I've had back, apart from a few bits being left behind, none of them have been trashed. And I've got lots of properties. So it just shows you the hype and the media do, doesn't it? When they're hyping people up and trying to make out tenants are all bad, they're not. So I've been left, don't know what that is, hose pipe. So I've got a hose pipe and a candle, which is nice. And what's that? Sink. Oh, look, they've left me some chains. Exciting. Here's a punch back I've been left. I mean, I'm not sure why they didn't take this, to be fair. But it's all right, isn't it? But yeah, the garden's just a bit overgrown, isn't it? And they've obviously never de-weeded, ever. So if they'd have left the garden in a good state, I'd be giving them 10 out of 10. So apart from the garden and leaving the odd chair and TV, pretty good, isn't it, this one? Not bad at all. And over the 6 years, it's been fully tenanted. I've only had a few days or a week between tenants, but majority, and I think I've had 3 tenants for this property. So it's been loved, looked after. Even my latest tenant leaving socks, which is just so kind of him for the house. So yeah, 190 grand to buy. Over the years, I've made about 30,600 profit from rent, because this typically profits at £540 a month. So the odd maintenance thing here and there, insurance. So yeah, about 30,600 net profit I've made. Also, it's gone up in value. So we've just had it revalued and the valuation now is 250,000. So over 6 years, it's gone from 190 to be worth 250,000, which means I have made a profit there of about 60 grand, haven't I? So if you put the two together, that's £90,600 I've made from literally just buying a house. I haven't been there. It's been fully managed by letting agents, none of my time. And this is what it's made in 6 years. Now, what I'm about to do is put an 80% buy-to-let mortgage on it. A lot of people don't know you can get 80% mortgages, but Aldermore have got some good products at the minute. So 80% buy-to-let mortgage on its new valuation of 250. That means then I'm going to be able to release about 59,000 from it, pay off the existing mortgage, equity release 59,000 because it's investment. What am I going to do that? I'm going to buy another one. Like in the area it's in, it's just straightforward, easy. Good tenants want to live there. I've not had a bad tenant. And yes, I'm going to take that 59 grand and go buy my next one. And again, I'll have another asset going up in value, making me a passive income. And this is the beautiful thing about property. You don't do anything. Over the last 6 years, I haven't done anything. I haven't spent much money on that property. I've still not needed to refurb it. It's just tickety-booing away, giving me lots of money. And that's where I say to people, you only really need 6 of these. 6 of these. If you can figure out how to buy and fund 6 of them, you've got 6 of them going, each one giving you just over £500 net profit a month. That's £3,000 a month coming into your bank, whether you work or not. And that's the power of property. It really will make you free because it releases you from having to trade your time for money for work. You get the money in instead, and then you can do what you want to do with life. Build your portfolio, do what you're passionate about. You're not tied to a job. So I love property because it goes up in value, it gives you a great income, and 49 Ashton Drive just proves my point. £90,600 in 6 years. I'm going to do equity release, take 59 grand out and go again. Simple, straightforward, none of my own time, beautiful profit. So one of the ways to get your buy-to-let portfolio to work really well, number one is working with the right letting agent. Now, so many landlords get this wrong. They go, what? I don't want to pay the letting agent 8 or 10% plus VAT. I'm just going to do it myself. But that's the wrong mentality, and it's really short-term thinking to save a tiny amount of profit. I've made $30,600 with a letting agent fully in charge of that property for 6 years, and it's maintained and it's looked after because a letting agent understands what they're doing with property. They will get you the very best tenant. They do inspections, they look after it, they do things so you don't have to. So again, I travel a lot, I'm here, there and everywhere. I don't have to take calls that, something's gone wrong, or I don't have to chase and check that the tenant's paid. It's all done for me. There's 181 pieces of residential lettings legislation right now. You don't want to learn all those 181. So get a really good letting agent. The way you get a good letting agent is ask around, other landlords, other property investors. They'll know who the best one is and who's, on top of their game. So get a good letting agent and pay them. Number 2, be picky about your tenant. So my letting agent, for me, when a new tenant's going in, like I've just tenanted 49 Ashton Drive, so she sent me the report and she said, Abby, are you happy? And the report says, are they a good tenant? So do they have the income to be able to pay the rent for this property? Because this property isn't cheap. It's now rented at £1,300 a month. So they have to have the right amount of money to be able to afford the rent. Do they have a good credit score, or have they had issues with finance in the past? Do they have a stable job? So I get an employee's reference as well. Have they been a good tenant previously? I get a landlord reference, but most landlords just tell you it's fine, so take that with a pinch of salt, but at least you've got it. They do the right to rent checks. Can this person have the right to rent in the UK? And they do everything. They also do ID fraud checks because I've been done for this in the past. So a few years ago, we rented a property to a guy. Everything looked okay. The credit score, he had a good job, everything looked fine, and he could afford the rent, and he had a good landlord's previous reference. Turns out his main stream of income was having a grow house and selling drugs. So he wasn't the best tenant, and he faked his ID, pay slips, he faked everything. So now there's like an anti-fraud check that they do as well. So I'm really picky, and the letting agent's really good. She gets a feeling about tenants, and I listen to her. She's met them, she's taken them around the house, she's got a feeling if they're gonna look after it or not. So that's what you wanna do. But the biggest one for me is check that they're employed, that they're still employed, and their employer isn't about to sack them. Check they can afford the rent, check the credit rating, and then let them be a good tenant. Like reasonable requests. Like some landlords are very strict, and the tenant wants to maybe paint a wall a different colour, the tenant wants to do something, and the landlord will say no. I want my tenants to be comfortable. It is their home. They're paying great money, great rent for it, and I want them to. So I'm not unreasonable. So like my tenant asked to do things to decorate, and I'm like, yeah, that's absolutely fine by me. As long as you give me the house back in a good condition, then I'm happy for you to do what you want to do. And it means happy tenants. Happy tenants pay the rent. Happy tenants, happy landlords, we're all win-win. So find a good letting agent, be picky about your tenant, and don't be that landlord that drives past. There was one landlord that was saying to me the other day, and he's like, yeah, I'm just going to drive past and make sure they've cut the grass. Why? Leave your tenant to be. The letting agent will inspect. The first month they're in once a month, and then they go to once every 3 months. Your letting agent will pick up if they're not. You don't need to drive around and harass your tenant. Leave the poor tenant alone. Again, happy landlord, happy tenant. It's got to be win-win. Don't be a miserable landlord that has to check every 5 minutes. Just leave them alone. And that's how I've built my portfolio that's very profitable, and I have good tenants overall. And I've now got another pot of money I can release from this property, and I'm about to buy the next one. So I hope you've enjoyed a little look around one of my buy-to-lets, 49 Ashton Drive. I get trolled quite a bit actually from people saying, oh, we never see her inside the house because they're full. They're full. I can't just rock into my tenants' houses. You know, they live there. But anyway, this one we managed to catch a few days before the new tenant went in. So I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, make sure you subscribe, because the more subscribers I get, the more me and my team can do. So please subscribe. It means the world to me. Like this video, comment, and let me know what you think. Are you now interested in bog standard basic buy-to-lets?